Welcome in, football fans. Before this video gets started, let me know down in the comments who your football team is and did they win this week. We are going to be reviewing week 5 football. There were some crazy games. There were ups, there were downs, there were upsets, there were blowouts. We're going to be starting with our Thursday night game that absolutely set the tone for the week. We have the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That game was absolutely a classic. Matt Ryan, by the way, getting inducted into the Ring of Honor that night. And what does Kirk Cousins do? Goes out there and breaks his single game passing record. Shout out Kirk Thuggins. Shout out Kirk O'Chains. He goes out there, gets it done. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers get toppled. I feel like Baker played a great game. Kirk Cousins was just on, getting the ball to everybody. We had Kyle Pitts sightings. We had Drake London sightings. Darnell Mooney's an absolute monster. Bijan was trying to get it going, couldn't get it super going. A little bit towards the end, he got it. Tyler Algier, that whole team is coming full circle how I thought it was. The Falcons are looking like a force. I think they go out there and win that division. Tampa Bay is going to give them some fits. I feel like Atlanta might beat Tampa twice this year. I just feel that deep down in my heart. I think they're going to beat them twice for the division. This division is looking scary. Falcons, Tampa, the Saints are up there. I mean, what are the Saints going to do? They've looked bad the last 2 weeks. Can they get it going against the Chiefs? I don't know. Falcons come out on top. We got that one wrong, so that didn't start off the week great. Then we have an 8:30 a.m. game in London. Let me know in the comments if you woke up and watched that, because I didn't. Love football, not waking up for a London game. Don't care who's playing. Vikings come out on top. Aaron Rodgers, 3 interceptions. There's looming rumors. Is he washed up? Is he done? Garrett Wilson, 21 targets is absolutely insane. Lazard dropping some key passes. The run game looking a little skeptical. Do they need Devontae Adams? I don't know. They got the cap, but what's going to happen? You have the Vikings looking absolutely amazing. 5-0 start, defense firing, offense firing. I'm saying the same thing every week. I don't know who is going to stop the Minnesota Vikings other than, obviously, the Kansas City Chiefs. On to the game number 3. We got that one right, by the way. We have the Panthers taking on the Bears. Now, I think Caleb Williams needed this game desperately. He went out there. He absolutely balled out. The run game was going. The pass game was going. Obviously, the Bears defense, per usual, was going. Not a lot to say about the Panthers, right? They're just in that weird spot. They probably need to trade off players. They need to get this team is in an actual full rebuild. I mean, we've kind of known that, but they're even deeper into back further in the rebuild because Bryce Young is not a good quarterback. They're even further back in that. You're going to have to sell off as much as possible. Deontay Johnson needs to be gone. Adam Thielen needs to be gone. You need to get picks. You need to get equity for those guys. You need to go out there and move off of them. Bears with the win. Next, we have the Washington Commanders and the Cleveland Browns. Now, I don't know what is happening in Cleveland. People are calling for a quarterback change. I don't know if the quarterback change is going to help what is happening in Cleveland currently. What is happening? That O-line is abysmal. It is terrible. Every time I see a play from the Browns, there are 3 defensive linemen in the backfield. I don't know if Jameis Winston is fixing that. I don't know what's the backup quarterback, Dorian Thomas Finney Smith Sr. the 7th, whatever his name is. I don't think he's fixing that. There are a lot of problems in Cleveland. Another team, you might need to start thinking about selling off Amari Cooper for some picks. I really don't even want to talk about who else. That franchise can blow our mind. Who knows? The Washington Commanders, though, let's not dwell on the losers for too long. The Washington Commanders out here looking like an absolute football team. Shout out the previous name. I mean, you have your quarterback. The run game is amazing. Your pass game is looking great. Your defense is looking great. Ooh, sorry, something popped up on my screen. This team is just looking complete. The coaches are firing on all cylinders. They're meshing well. The team is meshing well. You just have a great, solid team doing great, solid things. I said the Commanders would look great this year, and I'm not going to lie. They're looking 2 times better than I thought they were going to look. And I had them winning 10 games. I had them winning the second place in the division. I had Eagles, Commanders, Cowboys, Giants, and it's looking like that's how it could finish, but we'll get to that. Next, we have the Patriots and the Dolphins. I'm not even going to talk about this one long. By the way, we got the Washington game right. Patriots, Dolphins. These are my predictions, by the way. This isn't who actually won. What do I say about this game? This is our boring game of the week, right? Like, this was... I mean, it was terrible. Just no quarterback play. The run game was The defense was, I mean, they're two bad teams. We're not going to talk about this long. Patriots come out on top. Right? Wait. Did the Patriots win? No, I got this one wrong. Dolphins come out on top. My bad, chat. My bad. Next, we have the Jags taking on the Colts. Did the Jags won this game, right? I think so. Jags score. Jags won this game. Okay, yeah. Jags come out on top. I mean, to another bad matchup, another boring game. It wasn't boring, but it was boring. You know what I mean? Trevor Lawrence finally getting in the win column, started 0-4. That's absolutely terrible. You have Joe Flacco out there putting it on the line, having to run, pass. What do you do, Colts fans? This is for you. What do you do with Anthony Richardson going forward? Joe Flacco's out there spinning that thing. He's out there doing that. Your run game's going to be back soon. I think you sit Anthony Richardson behind Joe Flacco for a little bit. Let him learn. He's not making great passes. He's only completing 50% of his passes. You put him behind Joe Flacco, he gets to learn the playbook better. He gets to learn how to be a better quarterback overall. He gets to learn how to lead that offense. Joe Flacco can teach him really, really great passing mechanics. Flacco is an amazing passer. I think there's a lot of opportunities for him to sit behind Joe and learn for the rest of the season. Now, is that what I think they'll do? Absolutely not, but we'll see. Next, one of our games of the week, we have the Buffalo Bills taking on the Houston Texans. This game was crazy. I don't know what happened at the end, right? The Bills get the ball back in their own end zone. A minute left. Pass play stops the clock. Pass play stops the clock. Pass play stops the clock. 40 seconds left. Punt it out of their end zone. Texans in perfect position to score a field goal to send the game, to win the game, basically. And that's what they do. I don't know what mental breakdown the Bills had. I don't know if, I'm not gonna lie, I think Josh Allen kind of has a concussion after that hit on the ground. I think they were like, we really just need to get our quarterback out of this game. We need to get out of here, do what we can do, try to go for I really don't know what they were doing. I really don't know. If that's what you were going to do, you might as well just left the backup quarterback in and let him try to drive the field, get some runs going. I really don't know. That game was very interesting, to say the least. Texans come out on top. CJ Stroud, amazing quarterback. Josh Allen, amazing quarterback. A little side note, the Bills are kind of getting exposed how I thought they would be at the beginning of the year. Started off really fast. That defense is getting exposed now. That wide receiver core just isn't there. If you can't get James Cook going, it's looking bad in Buffalo. Next, we have the Ravens and the Bengals, another absolutely banger matchup. Ravens come out on top. And did they go OT? Yeah, they go OT. Derrick Henry seals it away with an amazing run, and then you know who comes in and kicks the game-winning field goal. Did they kick the field? I can't remember how that game ended. I can't remember. Did the Bengals start with... I know Derrick Henry went on a crazy run. That's all I know. Ravens come out on top. What is wrong in Cincinnati? I went and looked at their cap space, right? Who is Cincinnati paying? Who are the Bengals paying to have no cap space? You have Joe Burrow. You're not paying Jamar Chase yet. I can't tell you who they're paying. They can't be paying an O-line because that O-line is awful. They cannot be paying a whole 5-stack O-line because that O-line is abysmal. The defense is terrible. Again, Ravens come out on top. Love to see it. Joe Burrow, I feel bad for the man. The team is just not there. Wide receiver core looking great, by the way. T. Higgins firing on all cylinders. Jamar Chase firing. You have that young guy. I cannot pronounce his name. I'm so sorry. I got him in fantasy. Let's put it like that. I have him in fantasy. I know who he is. Y'all not about to roast me for not being able to pronounce his name. Next, we have the Raiders and the Broncos. Broncos looking good. What is happening with Bo Nix? on the sideline with Sean Payton. Old Sean Payton might have took him in the middle of the field and boxed him up. Old Sean Payton would have boxed the young boy up. But Bo Nix is yelling at Sean Payton. I mean, I don't know what's going on in today's football. That's absolutely insane. Raiders just look terrible. I don't know what to tell you. Shambles. Another team you need to trade off as many assets as possible. Full rebuild. Absolutely full rebuild. Your wide receiver core, especially without Devontae Adams, is You have Brock Bowers, a bright side. Your run game, I mean, hey, I'm not going to lie, with Zamir White out, the run game looked a little bit better. We can agree on that. The run game looked a little bit better. So there's that. Broncos come out on top. Next, we have the Cardinals taking on the San Francisco 49ers. I had the 49ers winning. Did Kyler Murray go out there and impress me? Even when they were down, they stayed resilient. They got the passes going. James Conner, an absolute menace, pounding that rock. We love to see some good James Conner runs. We saw some good Kyler Murray runs. We saw some good Kyler Murray throws. Look, this is going to make 49ers fans mad. I told y'all so. Brock Purdy is a bus driver quarterback. And I say that lightly, but bus driver quarterbacks are 90% of the league. What I separate between a bus driver quarterback and an elite quarterback, you got to have that dog. And I don't think Brock Purdy has that dog in him. You know who has that dog in him? Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, sometimes Josh Allen, right? Brock Purdy does not have that dog trait. I'm sorry, he's a bus driver quarterback. It happens. We are not even going to stay talking about the Seahawks and the Giants long. I don't know what is wrong with Seattle. Is the whole D-line still hurt? I didn't even look at the report going into the game. I was just going into work. So I got to miss the injury report. Don't know who was out. Don't know who was in. How do we lose to the New York Giants? How do we lose to Danny Pennies without his number one wide receiver? That's absolutely mind-blowing to me. It's one of those growing pain things. New coach, young team. You go through it. You learn from it. You move on. Next, we have the Green Bay Packers and the Los Angeles Rams. Packers come out on top. Matthew Stafford has a horrible team. We're going to be honest right now. Awful O-line. No-name wide receiver core. Defense is subpar. And yet, time and time again, game and game again, they are giving teams fits to the very end of the game. Matthew Stafford is one of those guys that's got that dog in him, right? He's got that dog in him. He's absolutely working with nothing, and he's making the Rams look good. Matthew Stafford is a Hall of Famer. Green Bay coming in with a little controversy, have to suspend Romeo Doubs, missing practice 2 days in a row, tired of his snap. He doesn't like the snap share he's getting, doesn't like the looks he's getting. Well, guess what, brother? They don't need you. They proved that today. Oh, he's out, Tucker Kraft. Don't worry, he's got us. Wicks, he's got us. Don't worry about it. They don't need you. They will trade you for pennies, and I would trade you to the New York Giants, not even them, because you're going to get your looks there. You might not finish over 500, though. To the Patriots, to the Panthers, somewhere you're going to finish under 500 for your whole career. You're going to get the looks you want, but that record's not going to look fun. Could you imagine being on a winning team, a winning organization, and crying? Brother, you got to have at least 1,000-yard season before you can cry about that. At least 1,000-yard season. Next, we have the little baby Cowboys taking on the little baby Pittsburgh Steelers. Justin Fields is who we thought he was the whole time. Y'all were gassing him up. Oh, he's 3-0. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's that. The system was 3-0, right? The defense was 3-0. When you make Justin Fields pass the ball, he's 0-2. Let's be completely honest. He's looked terrible. It is about to be Russell Wilson season in Pittsburgh. Dallas Cowboys defense looked a lot better last night. And that's interesting to say. 2 of your top edge rushers are out. The edge was kind of getting set on the run. Micah, we got to get better. Dak Prescott turning the ball over 3 times. Honestly, the Steelers beat themselves. That's an easy win for Pittsburgh. You should have probably kept Kyle Allen out there because Justin Fields lost them that game. Or the offensive play calling, whoever y'all want to put it on. But I think we see Russell Wilson next week. Next, we have A game that hasn't happened yet. We have the New Orleans Saints taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. I think it's going to be an absolute banger. I think that the Chiefs are going to come out on top yet again. I think they're going to have the ball last. I think they're going to drive, touchdown. How we've seen Chiefs football go all year. It hasn't looked pretty, but it's got the job done. I think that's what they're like, oh, the Chiefs aren't the Chiefs they used to be. The Chiefs are about to be 5-0. They are out here doing what they need to do to win football games. Are they blowing teams out? Are they doing crazy plays? Are they looking crazy? No, but they know how to. I think this is the best Chiefs team we've seen. I'm going to say it. I think they know what they need to go out there and do and win. They're not getting flustered after turnovers, after this, after that, after a bad drive. They are going out there, they're playing to the last second, and they're winning football games. I think that's what's going to happen tonight. So, as I said before, y'all let me know what your favorite game this was this week. Let me know if your team won this week down in the comments. Don't forget, like and follow.